class. Welcome to Business 730 Online, Productions and Operations Management. I wanted to take some time and just do a screencast to show you how to navigate within the course shell. Because if this is your first online course, or even if this is your second, third, fourth, and so on, I know that each instructor designs the course shell a little differently. So I thought I would just kind of walk you through some of the most important parts of the course. So when you initially log in, it's going to take you to the Start Here page, and you'll notice that that's labeled here, even though that's going to be your entry point when you click on our course link. After the first week, I changed the entry point to view announcements because I send out an announcement at the start of each week, just rehashing what the deliverables are, because I know as a student, what you care most about is what is due. So the announcements become more pertinent. So I'll switch the entry point from Start Here to view announcements once we get into week 2. But at any rate, when you initially log in now, this is what you're going to see. And this is in student view. On my end, I see something different, but I switched it to student view, so you are seeing right now exactly what you should be seeing at home. So you have the Start Here tab, which has several important components that you're going to want to take time to unpack. The first is the course information sheet. So you'll click on that, and it'll pop up as a PDF in another window. And I encourage you to take some time and read through it. It lets you know exactly what objectives we'll be covering throughout the course, the textbook. It lets you know what type of assignments will be due. I say homework, but really those are just independent assignments because everything you do is at home. There's some case study analysis, a research paper, and then probably something that you care most about is the grading policies. So the homework, or what I classify as homework, accounts for 30% of your grade. You have one small group project that is 10% of your overall grade. You have a research paper that will account for 15% of your overall grade. And you have an independent case study that is 5% of your overall grade. There are 2 tests, a midterm and a final exam, and those account for the remaining 40% of your grade. Each of those are 20% of your grade. I'm going to go back into the course shell. I would highly encourage you to print out the course calendar. So when you click on this, it will come up. The course calendar just gives you a week-by-week look at what you're going to be doing and what is due. And I color-coded them based on the deliverables and what category those relate to. So your exams are in red. Those are 40% of your grade. Your research paper, when it's due, it's purple. It's 15%. That independent case study, which you're going to get to pick one in an area that interests you more, that's 5%. And again, that's due during week 5. And then you have your group project, which is 10% of your grade up here. It's going to be a case study on IKEA that is listed in orange. And then you see that the bulk of the assignments in blue, which I call homework assignments, account for 30% of your grade. And those are worth a lot because I feel like you're going to be investing a good deal of time either having great discussions over some case studies in the discussion forum or doing some quantitative work on your own. And I want you to feel like that work matters. So that's why I let it count for 30% of your grade. So print that out, highlight each week what is due. That way you can make sure you get everything in. The nice thing is each week I give you a checklist in the learning session folder, so you can also cross-check there to make sure that you have all of the deliverables turned in. So after you've had time to look at the course information sheet and the course calendar, you want to purchase access to the online textbook and homework site. So the reason that I'm using an e-text, because I know many people do like a hardbound text, and I totally get that. But if we buy the bundle, which includes an e-text and the homework site, it's much cheaper. I definitely wanted to use the homework site, and I didn't want you to have to purchase access separately to that and to a hardbound textbook. So that's why I chose the e-text bundle. It has the option for highlighting. You could do a lot within that textbook. You can actually copy portions of text too if you want to take like transfer portions of it to a Microsoft Word doc to maintain running notes. You can do that as well. The other thing that is nice about it is that you get access for, I think, at least 1 year, 2 years after the fact. So you can continue to consult the textbook. Oh, and in addition, once you buy this bundle, they give you a deal for a loose bound textbook. So it's just sheets that you could put in a binder, but it would give you a physical textbook. It's like $10 to $20 in addition. So if you're interested, there is a option for doing that once you click on the link to sign up for sign up and register and create an online account and pay for access to the e-text. I give you all the details for doing that in this PowerPoint right here. I'm not going to go through it. I'm going to let you go through it on your own. But I think it's pretty self-explanatory. And if you have any issues with it whatsoever, please just shoot me an email. You'll notice that anytime I have created what I call narrated PowerPoints, I've turned them into YouTube videos. YouTube just is the most accessible, so we won't have platform issues with viewing videos. Now, here's the thing, not everybody likes viewing videos, so you could do one of two things. You could view the video, or you could just click on the PowerPoint and go slide by slide. If you want to listen, great. If you don't want to listen, I totally understand. My Ohio Valley accent can become annoying after a while. But everything that I say on each slide is typed up in the notes portion. So you could just read through those notes if you would like instead. And quite frankly, that might be faster. After you have done that, you'll want to activate your single sign-on. What is single sign-on? That just ensures that when we have those independent homework assignments, which I link to in each week, when you click, it takes you right there, that you don't have to sign on again into McGraw-Hill Connect to access them. Is it a big deal if you don't create a single sign-on? No, it just makes it easier for you. So I'm going to turn my cell phone off. Okay, so that's the Start Here menu. What should you do after you've looked at all the aspects on the Start Here? Well, you want to explore the Blackboard course site. So that's what we're going to do right now. After Start Here, you have faculty information. So you get a little tidbit about me. The best thing to do is to try to email me. If you really do need to get a hold of me quickly, I would encourage you to send a text message. I am not good at answering my phone, but I am great at replying to text. So go ahead and send me a text message if you need to get a hold of me quickly. After that, the most important folder that you're going to be accessing is the learning sessions. Those will be posted by week, and I open the following week on Thursday before, because I know many of you are working, you have families, in addition to several other responsibilities. So I want to be able to let you work ahead. Now, the reason I don't have all the weeks accessible from the get-go is because I like to modify content based on student progress. So not having them all open allows me to modify content or due dates as the weeks roll by. So that's why I just open them one at a time. But you'll see our first week is accessible. I'm going to click on that in a moment, but I just wanted to go through some of the other facets. Discussion board. Discussion board has the discussions that we'll complete, and those two open based on their due dates. So this week, we just have the forum, which will always be open about any course questions, and I'll visit that routinely to see if you have some questions. If you think your question is something that might interest others, post it here. That way, we avoid everybody having to send 100 emails about something valuable. Your first homework assignment, which this is just kind of a freebie, is just an introduction to your classmates. I'd like you to take a few moments and introduce yourself. Give your name, job, interest, and what you're hoping to do with your MBA. You can also attach a picture of yourself here. And there's one of my children walking by. At any rate, after you do that, take some time and respond to some of your classmates' introductions. This is a good way for us to build some initial camaraderie, which will be important for us to do right off the bat since this course is a fast 7 weeks. The discussion boards, you'll have direct links to them when we have them within those learning session folders. And again, I count those and the McGraw-Hill assignments as what I call homework assignments, and together they all come up as 30% of your grade. The announcements, remember after week 1, there's nothing here right now, but I will make sure that the course shell defaults right into announcements after week 1 so that you see whatever your weekly tasks are and you have any important reminders right there when you log in. Send email. You can use this feature to send email to classmates or to me, and it's just a quick, easy way to do so. When you click on like select users, it has the individual's name and you would just pull it over and type it all in. But the nice thing is that you do not need to remember anyone's email. View grades. I know that this is going to be an important place that you visit. This has all the assignments that we're going to complete throughout the course listed here. In terms of your running total grade, look under weighted total because that weights each of these assignments by the category that they fall in. Do not look at total. I couldn't figure out a way to get it totally off there. I don't really know that you can, but it's not going to give you an accurate look at your grade because it's not weighted by the category in which the assignments fall under. Academic advising, I actually am not sure what that does, so I don't think you're going to need to use it. Blackboard Help will send an email right to our instructional technologist if you're having tech issues that would be beyond my scope. And for some reason, they're to send emails. I'm not sure why that's there. So what I will do is I will delete one of those. Sorry about that. Course resources. This will give you access to our eText and Connect if you need to access the text, which you're going to need to read it outside of one of our learning session folders. This is just a quick way to get it. Within the learning sessions, I have links to the eText as well, but this is just another way to gain access to it. The research paper I unroll in week 1, but you can easily access it here so you don't feel like you always have to go back into the week 1 learning session folder to access it. And because I know, if you're like me, you want to know what the midterm and final exams are going to be over from day 1, I have those review sheets here so that as you're studying the content, you can make sure you hone in on the concepts that I really view as particularly pertinent to the outcomes of the class and which will be on the midterm and final exam. The midterm and finals are taken in Connect, so they're multiple choice and problem solving. There's no essay questions. I feel like you get a lot of opportunity to discuss various elements of the course within the discussion board itself and within the case studies that we complete, as well as the research paper. So that's why the midterm and final are strictly quantitative, and then closed-ended multiple choice questions. It is important to note those are obviously open book. You have access to your ebook and your notes, so I don't want you to worry about it. It's going to be just fine. Okay, so that's just what the shell looks like. Let's go back into learning sessions. Week 1 is where you're going to want to go now. When you open week 1, you're going to see a checklist appears and it has all the elements that you want to complete this week. There will also be a very short week 1 video intro, which I record, and it just introduces the concepts that we're going to go over that week. Then you have a link to your ebook. You want to read chapters 1 and 2 this week. Next, you have either the PowerPoint presentations with the notes, or you have the video links in YouTube that you can watch for both of these chapters. And in those, I solve the problems, walk you through examples of various concepts, and particularly with chapter 2, where you see you have a quantitative Connect assignment, you'll want to look at those, take notes simultaneously so that you're prepared to solve the questions in Connect. You'll also have a homework discussion board, which we talked about, which is just your introduction, and then conversing back with your classmates. With respect to what I'm looking for with the discussion boards, and I post it, it's not up there. I posted in